When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
You know, we've been talking about SUVs so much in the last week. It's about time we offered solutions, right? We can't just talk about, oh, look at this protest against an SUV. Oh, look at how much gas is. You'd better ditch your SUV. If we don't offer you solutions, just what exactly are we doing on this program? So with skyrocketing gas prices or with environmental concerns, you might be thinking about trading in your SUV for a ride that saves you money at the pump. Which cars should you opt for? Let's go to an expert on that. Eric Bugazlo is on the line, co-founder of Autos Consultants. Eric, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Elias. How are you?
I'm doing well. So let's first off, is this something you're seeing? Are you seeing people that, you know, they're looking at their next vehicle and they want to, whether it's a downsize thing or it's a gas price thing, are looking for an alternative to their current SUV?
Yeah, we've been seeing it for the last 7 years, this upwards trend of people ditching their passenger vehicles for SUVs. And now with gas prices on the rise, people are questioning what should be their mode of transportation moving forward to help circumvent the high gas prices. So there are a few options for vehicles that have the practicality of an SUV, but isn't necessarily an SUV.
Okay, and that's important here, right? Because, you know, the SUV, what a great name. Whoever coined it, SUV, sport utility vehicle, that's just a name that says, I can do everything, right? So, you know, if you're going to provide an alternative here, I would imagine people are like, okay, well, I want to reduce my gas consumption, but it's going to have to do everything. So, Eric, what can you say on that?
Yeah, so a lot of people got into the SUVs because of multiple reasons. One is because they want to be seated higher up. Another reason is because they wanted to have that all-wheel drive functionality and feeling safe on the road. But the thing is, it's been drilled in consumers' minds that they are going to be safer automatically going for a bigger vehicle, which in some cases, yes, it's true, but in others, it isn't. Just from a stability standpoint, being lower to the ground is safer for the vehicle. So, and then the other element is that for the winter seasons, people automatically assume that having an all-wheel drive car is going to protect you when what's most important is a really good set of winter tires.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's, with that in mind, let's take a look at some alternatives that are not SUVs but can do the job. What's top of mind for you?
Yeah. So a lot of people have something against station wagons, but I personally love the practicality of a station wagon. You have a ton of cargo space. You can get it with all-wheel drive. And personally, I like the look of it. So unfortunately, the station wagons that are available today are more in the premium market. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking at the A4 all-road, the Volvo V60 station wagon. One vehicle that you mentioned in your list was the Volkswagen Alltrack. It's basically a Volkswagen Golf, but extended as a station wagon. But unfortunately, because of the low demand, they have decided to not carry this model in the new generation.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're seeing this trend for a lot of automakers.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing that too, right? Like the Honda Fit, right? They're no longer selling that vehicle, and like everyone I've known that's had a Fit, they were like, this is a great car, it's versatile, does this, does that, but for some reason the manufacturers have said, and I don't know if the Fit is. Do you know if the Fit's been taken off the roster?
It is this year.
Yeah.
And what's great about the Fit is that they have this magic seat configuration.
Yes.
For the trunk, and you can lift the seats in the back as well, so you can put a bunch of gear in the back seats as well. It was a really great proposition, but in general, the market is treading in a other direction where
Yeah.
people want more space and bigger vehicles. And we're seeing, and that's basically the subcompact category is the one that's suffering the most. The compact cars, they've been steady, but in general, they're on the decline as well in terms of demand. And we see this also with Ford. Just 5 years ago, they made this giant announcement that they were ditching all passenger vehicles, and they got so much backlash from it. But in essence, they studied the market, and they ended up making what we think is the right decision.
Yeah, trucks and SUVs, eh? That's the decision there. Okay, listen, when I think of sporty, and you mentioned wagons, right?
Yeah.
So I said to myself, in my brain, I think a Subaru sometimes, right? It seems to fit that profile. Do you have is there a Subaru on your list that you'd consider?
Yes, there is, and Subaru plays the card of adventure. That's the first thing people think of, as well as safety. And so, hatchback is a great alternative as well. I have one myself, and they can help carry a lot of cargo in the trunk. There are some options that have all-wheel drive as well. So I'm looking at the Impreza as an option. So the Impreza has been out for a very long time at Subaru, but they also offer a lifted version of the Impreza called the Crosstrek. And this one basically adds some plastic cladding on the side wheel wells and basically lifts the car a couple of inches, and they market it as this SUV because people want to hear those buzzwords.
We're with Eric Bugazlo, co-founder of Autos Consultants, talking about some alternatives to SUVs. Eric, before I let you go, are there any maybe familiar names, like vehicles that used to be top of the charts, maybe still are, that, you know what, maybe they've fallen out of favor because they're sedans, but consumers really should take a second look at them?
Yeah. So I'll give you a great example. The Camry is a household name that everyone knows. This is a vehicle that passes on from generation to generation. And what many people don't know today is that the Camry is now offered with all-wheel drive. And for some people, the reason why they go into an SUV is to have that all-wheel drive capability. But in order to incentivize and encourage people to really look at compact cars or mid-sized sedans, some companies are offering their vehicles with all-wheel drive. So the Camry is one. The Nissan Altima has all-wheel drive now. The Mazda 3, a compact car, which you can also get as a hatchback, has all-wheel drive as well offered. Not to mention that Subaru, all their models have all-wheel drive as standard.
Eric, last question for you. And in what you do at Autos Consultants, we know it's a tough time just to get vehicles. Like, it doesn't matter if it's, I know electric. Oh boy, you're on waiting list. Even to get a gas car, sometimes the waiting list is long. So what's your suggestion here for our listeners on how to get the vehicle that they actually want without that wait time?
Yeah, it's a great question because now the way things are set up, you have to place an order for a vehicle. They don't have inventory at all. I don't think at any automaker other than, I would say, Volvo, because they are a Chinese company and they seem to be able to source components more rapidly. But essentially, there are wait times of at least 5, 6, even 8 months for gasoline vehicles right now.
Wow.
And so what we've been helping our clients do is basically help them source vehicles. So sometimes there's a waiting list for vehicles, but we have contacts at dealerships who basically help queue us on top of the line in case someone were to withdraw their deposit. So if anybody has a car that they have in mind and they are struggling to get one, they can contact us and we'll be able to help source their vehicle for them.
Eric, thanks for coming on this morning. I'm getting the love for the Honda Fit. And like I said, everyone I've known that has had a Honda Fit loves that vehicle. I think it was a great vehicle as well. You sang the accolades of the Honda Fit. It's a shame that car's off the market here because I'm just getting love from Honda Fit owners. Eric, thanks so much.
And you're very welcome, Elias. Thank you for having me again.
We'll talk again real soon. Eric Bugazlo is co-founder of Autos Consultants. When we return, food banks, urban garden in the city has young campers helping with their harvest. We'll get that story to you next.